someone else, but if you're catching people, then it is completely open. You're allowed to ride the slipstream and come out of it late. Filippo Ganna 2 seconds down at the intermediate with work to do. We talked about the cadence, we talked about that lighter gear and how that can potentially stand him in good stead. And we're now seeing Filippo Ganna 4 seconds in the green. So it would seem from that time check, if indeed it is correct, that Filippo Ganna has got around that hairpin turn and he's up the tempo.
Yeah, it's based on GPS timing, and it's based on the amount of time it's taken Filippo Ganna to get to all of these various staging points along the way in relation to Juan Ayuso. So he's 6 seconds up and absolutely cruising. His body language off the start ramp through the first bend and in the early part of the time trial, different to Juan Ayuso. One wonders whether Ayuso didn't make a huge investment there. But Filippo Ganna, it's something that you touched upon a little bit earlier on as well, Robbie, is that his run into the season this year has been a little bit better, and he hasn't had the distractions of an Olympic Games and track and all of that other stuff that he was involved in.
Yeah, he had a complicated off-season the year before, and his season start was really quite slow. I remember he came to the Tour Down Under in Adelaide the year before, and he was, by his standards, he was crawling along, and he really struggled to get going. And so after seeing how he started last season, it wasn't so much of a surprise, I suppose, to see him be bettered in the opening time trial of Tirreno. This year he's riding a lot better. We saw him racing in the Tour of Algarve, second in a bunch sprint, but he was just strong everywhere. And he just looks to be in a lot better form early in this season than he did 12 months ago. Derek G, also in fantastic form, as you said, the winner of El Gran Camino, won the time trial there as well. I think the longer this time trial would go on, the better it is for Derek G. He wasn't too far down at the first intermediate. So we see get back to Ganna, and he's got his minute man. Watch him ride up and into the slipstream as much as possible before swinging out.
That's Alberto Bettiol. That's put behind him. The Italian national road race champion is caught and passed as if he was stood still by the Italian national time trial champion. Now 10 seconds to the good, and he's going faster and faster, and this is going to be a stunning effort, and this is surely going to be the fastest time as Filippo Ganna rights that perceived wrong. Nonetheless, Juan Ayuso sitting in a very strong second position. Well, he's top of the timesheets at the moment. It's not many a slip, twixt, cup and lip. It's not done just yet, and indeed Derek G is also going to make a very, very impressive contribution here. He's got 16 seconds to get to the line. I don't think he's quite going to make it, but Derek G from Canada continuing the great form we saw from him in the El Gran Camino, taking that overall success. Has leaked a little bit of time to Ayuso in the second half here. He's absolutely at the end of his tether, frantically trying to get to the line, but will it be good enough for third? Slips down the order a little bit, leaked a little bit of time in the second half of that time trial, but nonetheless, very impressive fifth. Stays fifth, having been fifth at the 5 kilometre point for Derek G. Top 6 in the time trial, top 10 for sure on offer here, potentially for Derek G.
Yeah, quality ride by the Canadian. 8 seconds down at the first intermediate check. Lost just another 3 seconds on the run through to the finish line. So a very good ride by Derek G. And he will be thinking about having that Maglia Azzurra at the end of the week when we get to San Benedetto del Tronto, and be riding for GC here and trying to put on repeat what he did at Gran Camino. But Ganna is edging ever further in front. This is the Filippo Ganna that we know. This is the Filippo Ganna the Italian tifosi love.
It's a dominant performance. It says it on his head tube. And it's been a little while, yeah. National title, middle of last season. And not much longer after that, he took a victory in Austria. Since then, hasn't troubled the scores in terms of taking a victory, and for a rider of his caliber and his stunning palmares and the consistency with which he's delivered it over the years. Through the little piff-puff. Chicane is dealt with under the kite. Let's take him home. 1,000 metres to glory here. Even a puncture, I don't think, would deny him at this point, because Filippo Ganna is dodging the manhole covers and the potholes all the way to the line here in Lido de Camaiore. It's a part of the world that he's come to love, the man from Verbania, further north in Piemonte, in Piedmont, on the shores of Lake Maggiore. And Filippo Ganna is in his pomp, in his comfortable environment, and in his place of glory and authority. 42 seconds to get to the line. They are celebrating another stunning success. And is this potentially going to... Well, he's got the 2 fastest ever time trials in the history of Tirreno-Adriatico, and I think potentially this is going to be another one. I think he's going to have the top 3 fastest time trials. Through the line, fastest of all, and that's surely going to be ultimate glory for Filippo Ganna. Doesn't look like it's taken that much out of him, but he's taken 23 seconds out of the man that bested him last year. Juan Ayuso goes second, Filippo Ganna to the top spot. Top Ganna is the top man in the time trial.
Well, a performance like that, if you ask permission to buzz the tower, you get it. Whether they want...
He judged it to perfection. Talk about negative splitting it. I mean, he absolutely did that one perfectly. Filippo Ganna will take some beating. Just 2 riders to come at this point. Now they're likely to trouble him. That's your winner. Well, Italian national champions colours as well, helping to motivate Filippo Ganna. Job done. A warm round of applause to as he takes on board what he's achieved. Filippo Ganna, new focus.
You could see that look of satisfaction, Declan, on his face, and so calm. The breathing rate, just the whole sort of persona, and he knows he's got the job done. Those coming behind are not going to threaten that time of Filippo Ganna, and he will just be feeling, I'm back where I belong.